I am so excited to be here with Paul Haddad, and he is the author of 10,000 Steps a Day in Los Angeles. I love this book, Paul. I'm so excited. You're going to take us on a hike. I'm Pat Pattison, and I love California. We are doing which hike?
This is Echo Park and Angelino Heights.
Okay, Echo Park and Angeleno Heights. So we're down here at the Echo Park Boathouse. Beautiful fountain, swan boats behind us. Tell me a little bit before we take off why you wanted to do this book, specifically 10,000 Steps.
Well, I wanted to marry two ideas, a love of Los Angeles, which I have and a lot of people have, married with the idea of getting 10,000 steps a day, which many of us aspire to. And so by getting in your steps, you're also learning about Los Angeles. And so the walks are really kind of a construct to learn about LA.
And would an urban hike kind of be another phrase for this?
Yeah, urban hike. And half the routes are kind of urban and city oriented, and the other are kind of up in the hills, but not too many steep hills. It's maybe more amongst nature around Silver Lake. You kind of start the walk around Echo Park and really explore 19th century Los Angeles. And what I like about this route is it continues that century, that era, going to Angelino Heights, which was the first suburb of Los Angeles.
Yeah, and so what are a couple other favorites, if I could ask, just in terms
of the walks?
Of the walks, yeah.
I like walks. 1/3 of the walks are around bodies of water. Okay. So it's appropriate that we're here today because there's something just replenishing about being around water. And so some are near the ocean. I love one called Pier to Pier. It's the name of the walk. And you actually walk from the Hermosa Beach Pier down to the Redondo Beach Pier.
Wow, you can get there without obstacles. You don't have to swim part of that route?
I know you're a swimmer, so you may want to.
I might want to. Who knows? Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, and you know, so that's an example of an up and back walk. You know, you obviously need to go there and then back, and others are more loops. So you can walk around Lake Hollywood, but that's not quite 10,000 steps, so you kind of walk up into the Hollywood Hills a little bit. Right. And 10,000 steps is about 5 miles.
A little trivia about Echo Park. Do you know why it's called Echo Park?
I heard when they were building this lake, they noticed echoes off the canyon walls.
That was it. Yeah. And actually, this was one of the original reservoirs for the city. This and the Lake at MacArthur Park and Lincoln Park, I think is the other one.
Yeah, exactly. These are the OGs of the reservoirs.
Yeah. Incredible history we have. So enjoy this book. We are going to get into our walk. Let's take off. Paul, tell me what we're up to.
Well, from here, from Echo Park Lake, we're going to walk up to Angelino Heights, the first real suburb in Los Angeles, and also a National Register of Historic Places.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So, Paul, we're entering Angelino Heights. What are we looking at here?
Well, the entire district of Angelino Heights is the first historic overlay preservation zone in Los Angeles.
What does that mean?
Well, it means it's protected. It's a cultural landmark. Right. It's in the National Registry of Historic Places, and most of the homes date to the 1880s and 1890s.
Wow! So this whole neighborhood has these kind of houses in it.
Yeah, you got your classic Queen Anne Victorians, some California
copper
craftsmen.
roof.
Yeah, and this one looks like it's now 4 units.
4 units, and people are fixing these up, obviously.
Oh yeah.
These must have been probably at one time in not great repair, right?
Exactly. I mean, this whole neighborhood dates to, like I said, the late 19th century. It was the first suburb of Los Angeles.
Wow.
And some fell into disrepair, and many have been restored, and many of them are featured in movies and TV shows.
Wow. So, Paul, what's this house? This looks familiar to me.
Yeah, this house was in the popular TV show Charmed.
Charmed,
great, because Fast and Furious, I believe the Vin Diesel character lives in a house that's in Angelino Heights. It's gotten a lot of unwanted attention. People love that movie, and the franchise will come into this neighborhood and spin donuts and stuff.
This place looks a little spooky to me.
It does look spooky, and if it looks a little haunted, that's because it's the house it was used in the Michael Jackson music video Thriller.
Oh, yeah. Where are the zombies?
Yeah, well, you can't see them right now. They only come out at night.
Oh, this is incredible.
Very dilapidated. I think there was some damage. I believe it's also a duplex, and they're clearly working on the house. But to me, it almost feels like it looks cooler like this.
It looks like Anthony Perkins should come walking out of it any moment.
With a bad woman's wig.
Yeah. Woman's wig. We're excited. Paul and I ran into Murray Burns. And Murray, you own this house behind us and a couple of more of these houses.
Yes.
Thank you for saving Angelino Heights.
Well, you know, my graduate degree was in economics, and that's the future of Los Angeles is tourism and filmmaking.
And has your house been used in some films?
Oh,
You can't even keep track.
probably 10.
10.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When we first moved into the neighborhood, for instance, the big house down there
Right.
was 8 apartments. One of the
Okay.
apartments was the front porch.
Wow.
And so our attitude became, we'll buy the worst house on the neighborhood, fix it up, and then the neighbors
Well,
next
like,
door.
like you.
No, next door they would think, oh yeah, we could do that. You know.
Oh, and
And
that
so-
happened.
Yeah, so we went around the neighborhood that way.
And this masterpiece, what drew you to this place? You said you were in the Charmed House before, and what transpired to get you into this house?
Good-looking woman. That,
I knew it.
actually, she sold me the Charmed House.
Now, does she send you back to the Charmed House once in a while, or do you get to stay here the whole time?
I get to stay here the whole time.
That's wonderful. That's a good relationship. What's the history of this house in particular? Do you know much?
One of the first owners was Ferdinand Heim,
Okay.
and he started a brewery here, and did very well.
Thank you so much for
Well,
saving this beautiful neighborhood.
well, and thank you for spreading the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate the work you guys are doing.
Yeah, well, thank you, Murray. So, Paul, this has been an incredible walk, and tell me what we are coming to behind us.
Well, we're on the north shore of Echo Park Lake now, and behind us is Angelus Temple, and that belonged to Amy Semple McPherson.
Yeah.
And she was the big evangelist of her day, and she had live recordings, lectures on KHJ, local radio. And
Church of the Four Square Gospel. is
Sure,
what-
exactly.
Yeah.
And the concrete dome, you kind of can see it from here a little bit, was the largest freestanding dome ceiling in the nation at the time. She was quite the character as well,
Yeah.
quite the carouser.
Right.
And then she disappeared for a while and said she was kidnapped, and really she ran off with her lover. Echo Park in general was ground zero for a lot of these different religions, cults even, and a lot of free thinkers. Echo Park was the Venice Beach of its day.
That was our hike all around Angelino Heights and Echo Park. Paul Haddad, thank you so much.
It was my pleasure, and this is proof that LA has history.
They have
We just
history,
experienced it.
and if you get out of your car, you're going to meet some wonderful people.
It's a few loud geese.
And a few loud geese we have in the background. Talk to you soon.